Check, check. 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check, 1, 2, 3. Check, check. Hi, well, welcome aboard anyone that might be joining me tonight. As mentioned in the description of the video, I'll be flying the Aerosoft CRJ from Bloemfontein to Lanseria Airport in South Africa. The passengers have boarded, in fact they boarded a while ago. My decision to stream was actually quite late, but I figured with a short little hop it'd be worth adding it to the list of my streams. Anywho, without any further ado, let's get the flight going. I'm sure the passengers at the back are getting quite impatient. As you may notice, we've already started up the systems. Flight computer, the automation is all set up, ready to go. So now all that's left for us to do is just to get the aircraft pushed back and started up. I'm going to leave my mic open, so hopefully I don't surprise anyone with a cough or a sneeze. But I have yet to bind a key to toggle the mic. In any case, here we go. Let's make sure our seatbelt signs, our smoking signs are on, the lights are as they should be. We go ahead and turn on the boost pumps. The air conditioning, the bleed air system, everything is set up, ready to go. Let's go ahead and call for push.
Cockpit to ground. This is ground. Stand by.
So I don't think aircraft at this airport in real life actually require a pushback. The tarmac or the parking is configured in such a way that they just make a U-turn under their own power, but because in the flight simulator they surround us with all these vehicles and personnel, it's just better to use the pushback option.
Okay, sir. The bypass pin is installed. All doors and hatches closed and all ground equipment is removed.
The parking brakes are set. You may lift.
Parking brake set. Lifting the aircraft. Standing by for pushback.
Right, before we let the brakes go, we're just going to double check that we didn't forget anything. Go to the checklist option here. Double check all the doors are gone. You see we've got some chocks that still need to be removed there, so we get those removed. There we go. And I'd say we're good to go. So here we go. Release the parking brakes. Oh, I forgot I actually have to tell it to do the next.
Please set parking brakes.
Cockpit to ground.
Go ahead.
We are cleared for start and push. Parking brake set.
Okay, cleared for push start. Please release parking brake.
Okay, I am flying online, so I'm just going to do my usual radio broadcasts until air traffic control comes online.
Please
So
release parking brake.
hey, yeah, we're getting there.
Parking brakes are released.
Commencing pushback. You can start the engines in sequence.
It will start in the sequence.
Bloemfontein traffic expressways 5908 is pushing back to the taxi to runway 02. Bloemfontein traffic.
Ladies and gentlemen, please direct your complete attention to the flight attendants as they demonstrate the safety features of our aircraft. You will notice a light illuminated above your seat. When this light is illuminated, please fasten your seatbelts low and tight across your lap. To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected on this aircraft. To familiarize yourself with the emergency exits on this aircraft, please refer to the safety card in the seat back pocket in front of you. In some cases, your nearest exit might be behind you. If we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor to guide you towards the exit.
Okay, pushback completed. Please set your parking brake.
Drop in front of you.
Parking brake set.
Parking brake set. Lowering aircraft.
Over your nose and mouth. Secure the elastic band behind your head. Tighten the straps if necessary.
Ground. You may disconnect.
Although the bag is
Okay, sir. Clear to disconnect. Pin has been removed. See you at the side. Have a good flight.
Holding position waiting for the visual. Thank you and goodbye.
Until a member of the crew advises you it is safe to remove it. In the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in the pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do so, open the plastic pouch and remove the vest. Flip it over your head. Wrap the straps around
Okay,
your
looks like a good
waist
start
and
on
buckle
engine
up
2.
front. Pull the strap to tighten. To replace the
Engine
vest,
1.
pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft.
Make sure he's clear of
Your
us.
life vest does not inflate automatically. Blow into the mouth used for manual inflation. The vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat could be used as a secondary emergency device. Pull the cushion from the seat, slip your arms into the strap, and hug the cushion to your chest. Once again, all devices must be in airplane mode and your larger devices must be
The
turned
fuel
off
in.
and stowed at this time. Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened in seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying your smoke detector is
ignition.
located in the lavatory and is prohibited by law. All of this information can be found in the safety card located in the seat back in front of you.
Just keep an eye on that gauge, make sure it doesn't overheat
Thank you for flying us again. We hope you enjoy
or overtemp during the startup. Set flaps for takeoff. I'm going to quickly test the flight controls. Looks like they're working. Go ahead and turn on the rest of the heating systems here. So that would be the probes and the windshield anti-ice. Then down here. This goes on. There we go. Okay, here we go. Arm the reversers. Light directors are on. Brakes are off. Off we go. Bloemfontein traffic expressways 598 is taxiing to short runway 02 Bloemfontein. Go ahead and turn the head tracker on. Oops. There we go. Sorry if this makes anyone motion sick.
Please note the cabin lights will be dimmed for departure.
Turn it off for the
If you require
flight.
additional lighting, there is a reading light on the panel above you.
Rough patch here in the taxiway. Doesn't look like there's anyone coming from our left-hand side. Those interested will be flying firstly we'll be departing over runway 02. We're parked here on the Alpha apron. We're currently taxiing down the Alpha taxiway, where we'll then line up and depart from runway 02, after which we will follow the Optic 1 Bravo departure, which is just basically a straight out departure for just under 5 miles, and then a right turn to the heading of 061 to Octig. From there we'll continue along the planned flight routing, which we remove the charts here. You can see looks more or less like this. Okay, so we need to do the after start check as well as setting. Just before I do that, I need to set the trim to 7.5. Let's just turn this head tracker off. Alright, 7.5 on the trim. I think I need to bring up the flight controls for that. Where are they? Make sure we're not taxiing off taxiways. There you are. What was it? 7.5. Oh, looks like we're going skew here. Oh, we're already at 7.5. Great. So yeah, really the pilots would have that screen up when they were doing when they were checking the flight controls. So, you know, something like that. And we chose the rudder pedals. The arm with the nose wheel steering. Anywho, where's that page? Stat. There we go. Alright, so let's get ourselves ready for takeoff here. See if we can do that without running off the taxiway. I actually think we need to rather do that first. And then hit nav. There we go. Bloemfontein Traffic Expressways 598 is lining up departing runway 02, Bloemfontein. Alright, so we'll go ahead and turn on our bright lights. Not forgetting anything here. Oops. Let's go down there. I'll turn my beacons on. Alright, let's just double check. Have the co-pilot here check for us. Know what's coming or going. This is runway 02. All the lights are as they should be. Weather radar I should turn on, but it requires me to look down away from the outside of the aircraft, so I'm going to keep that off. Especially considering that there's no sign of bad weather out there. go through our before takeoff checks here. So we've done that. That's our flight controls, trims, rosters. So that's all done. Lights, strobes. So manual, flight attendant, transponder, radar. Just remind everyone in the back that we are about to go. Otherwise, it looks like everything is set. Oh yeah, we can actually turn this guy off. Apart from that, it looks like we're ready to go. Here we go. Engine's stable. I'm going to angle the camera so that I can see what we're doing with power levers. To go to Toga. Go speed alive. That's 80 knots. Bit of a crosswind here. I'd say that's about V1. Rotate. Okay. Also ready to climb, gear up. Okay, just so I can free myself up to play with the buttons. We're going to turn on the autopilot right now. Boom and boom. Oh dear, something's wrong. It doesn't like something. Why, while I'm streaming? Yaw dampers, aren't they down there somewhere? There they are. Maybe it's the yaw dampers. Let's try again. There we go, it's the yaw dampers, okay. The smoothest of departures. It'll do. We're going to bring up flaps to 1. And the flaps up. And we're going to go to the climb setting here. There we go. And we're making a right turn heading 061. Nose wheel off, underneath those lights. Make sure that the aircraft is climbing. We're passing 10,000 feet. The cabin is pressurizing, I meant. Looks like it is. Lower the nose a little to speed up. I think we're past the transition altitude here. We'll just quickly check on the charts. 8,000. Yeah, so we're going to go to standard. Just with the standard button on the barrow. Just for standard. Not working. Alright, we'll go down manually to 1013.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have now passed 2,000 feet. You may turn on larger portable electronic devices. This is also a reminder to keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the duration of the flight and do not form a line in the lavatory.
I don't think we'll make it before sunset. Crossflow on auto, bleeds and APU set. check that. I'm pretty sure that that's good. The cargo one we can have on. The anti-ice is like it should be. I think we're good. I mean, I don't see any warnings. Thrust reverses we can disarm. Next check would be the descent checks. Alright, 220, I think that's a good climb rate there for us. Let's climb speed. Once she stabilizes in the climb, we'll turn off the seatbelt signs. I think we're good. Beautiful visibility out of this aircraft. Very big windows. The weather at Lanseria when we about an hour ago we'll say is winds are coming out from the northwest, light to moderate, good visibility, some clouds at 4,000 and the temperature is 26 degrees. The forecast, however, paints a different picture. We've got thunder showers forecasted with cumulonimbus clouds at 3,500. Visibility of about 4,000 meters. But later in the evening it is forecasted to clear up again. Or at least for the winds to clear up again. That's later tonight. They may already have started clearing up, so we'll see what we get. Our alternate is Durban International, Kingshark International, to be more precise. Also fairly cloudy there. The temperature of 25. Also forecasted for some rain showers and reduced visibility as low as 4,000 meters. That's later tonight, so it looks like the weather's moving from north to south in this case. See if we can get a shortcut for this guy. Let's be sneaky. Go straight to T-Bar. was delaying their turning off because the airport's elevation was so high, but yeah, definitely can turn them off now. Passing 23,200 feet. We're aiming for 29,000 feet for flight level 290. To squeeze out a little bit more performance, the climb here I'm going to try and hold to 10. So first we're just going to go over to VS mode here, make that a gentle correction. I'm going to aim for about 2,000, maybe 2,500 feet per minute. We should slowly start to decelerate. Once we hit 210, we'll lock that in as our climb speed. Again, to make the leveling out a little bit more gradual, we'll do that ourselves manually with DBS mode, and then once it seems like we're settled, we'll hit the speed mode and switch there to climb at 210 knots. So T-bar is about 80 miles away from us. Got a slight tailwind. Alright, so for those unfamiliar with this aircraft, this is the CRJ. I'm not sure if it's the 700 or the 200. I can't remember. Either way, it's a Canadair regional jet. I think it's manufactured by Bombardier. It's got two little jet engines at the back. Instead of underneath each wing. Larger airliners out there. It does have reverse thrust. I know there's some Embraer jets of a similar class that do not have reverse thrust, but this one does in fact have reverse thrust, which is always really satisfying, at least for me. Throw the engines into reverse after touchdown and sort of roar to a halt. That tone you heard earlier, that's our 1,000 foot warning. So we had 1,000 feet to go before we reach our cruise altitude. So the autopilot indicating to us that it is now going to capture selected altitude, 29,000 feet. One thing this aircraft does not have that many airliners have, especially the larger ones, is auto throttle. That is to say, I have to manually move thrust levers to maintain our cruise speed. So if I don't keep a close eye on our airspeed, especially during cruise and the descent phase, could overspeed the aircraft, potentially damaging it. At 29,000 feet, that's not something we want happening, especially. If we can see what towns we're flying over, the Navigator on here. It looks like we just might be able to. This, I'll try and make out what that airport is. Screen. WM. Wombats, isn't it? Not sure. Maybe it could be Velcom. I think it's Velcom. Yeah, we're flying over the town of Velcom. Just outside our left window. Don't know what that is. Could be mining. No idea. Racing the sun on our way to Johannesburg. I'm going to step away for like 2 seconds. When I come back, we'll start setting up for the descent and approach. But of course, before I do that, I need to make sure we're not going to do what I just said we shouldn't do. That is overspeed the aircraft. So I'll come back on the power a little bit here. Make sure we don't hit the red tape over there. That would be obviously the overspeed reference. So we can come back on a little bit more power. Let's aim for about 80% in. Let's see what that gets us. I suppose that's engine sync on as well. I dare say we're still increasing speed to the 78. Accelerating. Right, I'll be back in a couple minutes. Now sit back and enjoy the view. And I'm back. Right, we're approaching T-VAR. Let's just check the flight plan here. Let's see where the recommended top of descent is. It's just after T-VAR. We're planning on landing on runway 07. See, it wants us at this point 6,700. So it has an altitude target, and I don't know why it's not giving us a top of descent indication on the navigation display here. But I think it's safe to say that we should start our descent. Airport is already less than 80 miles away. Important to keep in mind we're not flying as high as we normally would in something like an Airbus, so we would have to start our descent a little bit later. So we'll make it to 10,000 feet initially. VS mode, and at the same time we're going to come back on the power. Started at 2,000 feet per minute, see what happens. What I should also be doing is updating the field altitude or field elevation for the pressurization system. That would be for 5. There we go, 4,500 set. We'll target 280 initially. Bring us down to 8,000. Alright, so I'm going to come back all the way back on the power now. Just going to have to play a little bit of catch up. To 5 for the vertical speed. Again, just keep an eye on that. Make sure we do not overspeed. No air traffic control online, so we'll continue broadcasting on 122.8. Don't want to be slowing down too much because I'm trying to raise the sunset here. Looks like it's going to beat us. Not going to cheat. If we don't see it in the daylight, I'm going to have to stream another time. during the day to have a good look at the Lanseria Airport. Alright, we might as well do our descent checks now. Landing elevation set, fuel is 1,800, just above, which is enough. TCAS is set, the radar is off, CAS is checked. Landing data, we can actually pop that in quickly. We'll just tell this thing to set all RV speeds. We'll see if Flight Simulator's air traffic control can give us the local QNH. Still a bit high for it. That's still too far from us. It's alright, we'll set it locally once we get closer. Beautiful sunsets in this game. Simulator. Beautiful. I love the lighting in this game. It's insane. Johannesburg traffic, expressways 5980, overhead NIVEX descending through flight level 185 to land at Lanseria, Johannesburg traffic. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and put my QNH in early. I'll update it as I get closer. According to Flight Simulator, it's 1013. Let's just double check that quickly online. So 1019. We'll double check that again, triple check that when we get closer. For now, it's going to be 1019 on the QNH. Crossing the finish line before us over there. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and tell everyone to sit down. Wrong way. That way up. Okay. And I'm gonna turn on the left and right landing lights.
We have begun our final descent to Johannesburg. Flight attendants will be passing through the cabin to select any craft one final time. Please ensure tray tables are stowed and ensure the full upright position. Please also store any carry-on items either in the seat back pocket or under the seat for the seat.
Bring ourselves back to 2,000 feet per minute. Normally I'd be slowing down to anything below 250 to meet the speed restrictions at this altitude, but again, trying to make it while there is still some daylight. I haven't flown this thing at night yet. Let's see, some floodlights here that we can play with. Where are the others? Over here. And over there. good. That'll do for now. Alright, should probably, getting a bit distracted here, ILS from 807. Come on, wake up, there we go. So 110.70. Oops, not that. This. 110.70. Did it again. The VOR is 1174. Okay, we're about to level off at 8,000. We'll maintain about 250 knots. Alright, final approach course will be 066. Glide slope intercepted about 6,300. For the minimums, we'll just take whichever one gives us a 200. I didn't have time to scroll up to 4,000 stars, so we're going to use the decision hide feature and just go to 200. So that's down here, right? Somewhere. Yeah, here it is. Where is it? For some reason, ah, there we go. Hope I'm not flying into anything outside. Why did they make it so long to scroll? Imagine if it was 4,000, if I took the barometer reading. Okay, 200 feet. Get a little bit more juice here as we want to stay around. Yeah, 220 should be good. We're getting close to the airport now. I think that's it there in the distance. No, actually not. It should be somewhere out there. Alright, just over 20 miles from the airport, so we're just going to make an announcement. We are basically southwest, so Lanseria traffic expressway is 5908 is 20 miles southwest of the field, 8,000 feet inbound to land for the ILS expressway 07. Lanseria traffic. Okay, we're going to slow ourselves down here because we're going to be turning onto the final approach shortly. I've actually not done an ILS approach in this thing yet. Slowing down a little bit more. Turning on to final. Uh-oh. Don't die. Don't die on me, simulator. Oh no. Oh, we're back. That was scary. Alright, flaps 1. Actually, we're going to go straight to flaps 8. Check that gauge over there. We're going to maintain 180 until we start our descent. Yeah, there are the runway lights in the distance. So, yeah, we're still over 10 miles away. A little bit premature with my slowing down. Just wasn't sure how far this initial point was from the airport. Don't think it's mentioned on the chart. For some reason it doesn't show me the VOR DME or the DME distance from VOR. I don't know how to show it. That or I don't know how to show it, but I get the indicators there, but I don't see any DME. Alright, so what I'm going to do now, I'm not sure how well this is going to work. We're just going to go over to the ILS. We're going to go heading. I'm going to change the nav source to the VOR. We need to put on, excuse the, so it's 066 I think was the thing. So we're going to just go hit the approach button here. Hopefully we're not too late for that glide slope. Oh, there's the glide slope. I mean, it's flashing a localizer and it's not intercepting it. Anyways, I have a visual of the runway now, so it's no problem. How far are we from this airport? Nice if I had a DME. Okay, we're coming up to 10 miles. Lanseria traffic expressways 598 is on a 10-mile final for runway 07 to land. Lanseria traffic. Up. Looks like we caught something. We caught the glide slope and the localizer now. Alright, that's fine. So we're gonna not go into reverse there. Just gonna go to idle here. Yeah. Bring the wheels down now. Rest of our bright lights. Everyone's sitting down. Flight attendants should be sitting down now. Bring the next bit of flaps down. Runway is in sight. Our VREF is 138 knots. Just set the bug to that. Make it easier to see. And the last bit of flaps can come down. Get my feet back on the pedals here. So again, manual control of the thrust levers here to maintain speed. I'm aiming for about 140. I suppose we can let up just a little bit to target that 138. I was going to be too nose down. We need to arm the reversers. Where are they now again? Where'd they go? Ah, there. Okay, we're still on speed. We're stable. Let's just check this. Check the situation out. Before landing, flight attendants advise passenger side thrust forces are on. Landing gear and flaps are down. And we can confirm 3 green and flaps fully down, indicating on the display. It's a bit late now, but we can quickly check to see what our missed approach procedure is. It's climb to 8,000 on runway track, then left onto 270. So that's pretty straightforward. Just make sure that's 8,000 is already set still in the autopilot. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to disable the, disengage the autopilot. We're going to do this manually. Oh, I see we've slowed down quite substantially here. So at the runway inside, I'm going to just carry on visually now. We need to speed up a little bit. getting a little high now. So I've watched videos on YouTube of other people landing this thing and they say it has a propensity to float, so we're going to just try not to over flare. As I suspect the ground effect in this thing is quite pronounced because the wings are so close to the ground.
400.
So we are a little high, but we're good.
300. 2
Minimums land.
Sink
Bit
rate.
bumpy out there.
50. 40.
Sink rate.
30. 20. 10.
Okay, bounced a bit. And we're down. First thrust. Okay, that was 80 knots. Coming up to 60 now. Can bring the reverses. There we go. And we're down. Not too shabby. Bit of a bounce there. But I don't think that was because it was too hard. I think it was the opposite. I think I just about floated. Well, it looks like we lost the race. The sun is down and we can't see much of Lanseria. I'll have to wait for the next stream. I think I'll do one tomorrow, maybe during the day. Check this place out good and proper.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Johannesburg. The local time
Johannesburg.
is 7:10 p.m. and it's currently about 26 degrees Celsius. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening.
Okay, I'm looking for taxiway lights.
during the flight. And this is your final destination.
Right there in the distance. Ah, there we go. Okay.
If you're making a connection, we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a smooth continuation of your journey. We apologize for the delay. Airline
What
staff
delay?
are
We even
there
took
regarding connecting flights and
shortcuts. Right. Spoilers up. Or down rather, and the flaps have come up. Lanseria traffic expressways 598 clear of runway 07 via Alpha taxi to the main apron. Lanseria. A little bit more power there. I'm gonna reset the trim. So we're going uphill here. Dome lights at. Welcome to Lanseria. Okay, let's get the APU going here. Beautiful stars. Okay, the APU should be ready to start, so hit the start button. Got some business jets near us here. Doesn't look like she's starting. There she goes. Was she starting and I turned her off, or what was happening? Anyways, starting up now. Quite a few turnoffs here. I don't remember them being there in the other simulators. Let's just see where. It's probably Papa. Didn't look at the taxiway sign now. Still on Alpha with November coming up. Oh, there. Oh, any crossing November now. Ah, it was that guy we crossed. A little bit more power here. So we're looking for Romeo. I think that's the next one. Yep. So I'm gonna slow down here a little bit. Let's hope that that's on. I was supposed to, yeah, that's fine. Take Bravo 7. Oops, I was supposed to. Forgot to turn off the. Oh, we missed Bravo 7. Hold up, just need to turn off this transponder. There we go. We'll take Bravo 8 then. We'll pretend there's a marshaller out there for us. Parking brake set. APU is running. And shut down. Oops. Block my view for that other engine. Fuel pumps come off. Hydraulics are no longer required. You can turn the beacon off. Keep the air conditioning going. You can actually turn off the probes and the windshield heat. There we go, after landing. Late for that, but looks like I didn't forget anything. Doesn't seem like the nose wheel steering needs to be armed with this for you to control the aircraft. Anyways, we're going to open the doors. Up on the chocks. Open the aft cargo. And that's it. Welcome to Lanseria again. The lighting in this simulator is insane. Can't get enough of it. Right, well that's it for me. Thanks to anyone that may have joined me for the stream. I'll try and do another one tomorrow. For now, have a good evening.